Hi, Fun Recap here. Today, I'll be explaining an interesting movie titled Where I Come From. Have fun watching. The movie begins with a scene where a young man was desperately asking for direction. A little girl who was standing by gives him the direction to where he wanted to go. He was so grateful to the extent that he gave her some amount of money. Her name was Mambi. She lived in an uncompleted building with her father alone because her mom was late. Her father was very strict and never had time for her. Even though she wasn't in school, she loved reading and learning new words, something her father was against. He'd mostly visit a girl who was the shopkeeper at a bookshop in their area and help her work around the shop in exchange for a dictionary just so she could read. Aside reading, she would do every house chores there was to do at home, including washing her father's clothes and cleaning the entire house. She was also very kind to one of their neighbors who was a well-known old drunkard and would serve him food anytime she prepared food, even if it was little, which made him very grateful to her. In the next scene, she gambles with some of her father's friends and wins. She had a friend she talked to and worked with every day anytime he closed from school because he was in school. He mostly tried talking to Mambi to join school as well, but she was always adamant and tells him she needed to help his father. After escorting his friend, she goes around their neighborhood with the money she had won gambling earlier and pays people she knew of whom her father was owing. She mostly went in her father's name and told them her father was the one who sent her to bring back their money. Her father was a jobless gambler who mostly spent any little money Mambi had earned gambling. He never won any game but never gave up on gambling to the extent that he mostly borrowed money from his friends whom he gambled with and other people in their neighborhood just so he could continue gambling. So Mambi took it upon herself to make money any way possible to support her father by paying his debt just so he would return home because he was mostly being looked for borrowing money from someone, and he was always in hideouts as a result of this, which made Mambi very uncomfortable. One morning while her dad was getting ready to leave home, Mambi hid any money she had in her bag because she knew her father would take it.
Do you have money?
No. He searched the bag to confirm she had nothing in it before leaving home. Mambi was a very smart and hardworking girl who was cherished and loved by most folks in their neighborhood. She mostly spoke with their neighbor whenever she was bored or lonely. He knew Mambi was a smart girl who needed to be in school and not living the kind of lifestyle she was because of her father. So he mostly advised her to stay out of her father's business and focus on going to school rather. But Mambi tells her that she needed to help her dad because he was all she had. She would read books whenever her dad wasn't around. So because of this, to her, she didn't see the need for school because she was educating herself. Her father was never comfortable with their neighbor because he felt he was always giving her daughter some kind of bad advice and always warned her to stay out of their business and their house. One day, a scary man came looking for her father for his money, but Mambi tells him he wasn't around and he left. Meanwhile, her father kept on gambling and stealing people's money, after which he would run home to hide in their room. He never cared about the dangers he was exposing his daughter to, which bothered their neighbor. One day, Mambi came up with a brilliant idea and scared all her father's friends out of their gambling room and took the money they were gambling with, which they left behind and left. Her friend later tells her she had gone too far this time around, that stealing wouldn't do her any good, and advised her to stop. He also tells Mambi to consider going to school because that was what she needed at that time and at her age, but she reminded him of the fact that her father needed her and going to school wasn't an option, after which he warned him not to follow her again. That same day, the old man who had been watching them from afar had finally had enough of Mambi's father's nonsense and confronted him about it, advising him to stop endangering her daughter's life. In the next scene, we see Mambi gambling with so many older men, a game that wasn't easy, but she won. The next day, she used the money to pay a contractor whom her father was owing and asked him after that if they were hiring, and he said yes. That night, Mambi told her dad about the job opportunity which was available, but he didn't seem interested and brushed the topic off. The next day, she was going about her daily activities when a woman selling tomato approached her and asked of her father because he was owing her and she was coming for her money. but mommy told her her dad wasn't around. After the woman left, she went inside with anger and confronted her dad about it. She had had enough and told her father to stop borrowing him for her sake, that she had had enough, and asked her why he was borrowing so much to the extent of borrowing from a tomato seller who had nothing much to offer. But her father got angry instead and slapped her. With no other option, she continued gambling so she can earn money to pay off her father's debt as usual. She made gambling her daily routine, something she did every night with older men, not even considering their age gap or anything. As far as she won some money, she was okay with it. She finally made enough money she could use to put herself in school for the time being, which made her very happy. The old man, who was their neighbor, also handed her an admission form so it would be easy for her to apply. She kept it on her father's table with the mindset that her father will approve for her to go to school when he sees it. But when he saw it, he got angry, torn the paper into pieces and insulted her in addition. She told the old man what had happened and asked him for a new form, and he promised to get her one. That night, her father went in search of the old man where he normally sleeps and gave her a strong warning to stay away from her daughter and stop advising her to go to school and giving her educational stuff. In the next scene, he searched everywhere for the money her daughter had saved for school and took it away with him. Mambi followed him to the gambling side and pleaded with him not to use her money to gamble because she really worked hard for it, because she really needed it for school this time around. But her father was adamant and went ahead to gamble with the money till he lost everything. The next time the old man tried advising him, he got angry and beat him till he bled. That night, Mambi got very emotional and asked her father why he hated her, because he did everything for him, including paying his debt, because he loved her. But he treated her badly and prevented her from going to school. This time around, he got emotional and realized he was wrong and apologized for his actions. The next day, the old man handed Mambi a new admission form. He later told her friend everything that's been going on in her life, and he encouraged her to stay strong and focus on going to school. After much thought, her father finally enrolled her in school and promised to be a good dad to her. He also made peace with his neighbor and apologized for hurting him and thanked him for being a good neighbor. Where I come from, the end. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this. See you on the next episode.